Hi everyone, this is Arpit and welcome to StockWest. So the kind of work that we've been doing for past few years, where we shortlist a big list of stocks, which are almost 700 stocks, and we shortlist this particular list of stocks to come down to a list of 20 to 30 stocks where we see opportunities to take a trade into in the coming week. We've been doing this practice for past few years now, and this is the first time in several years where I don't have much of these stocks to talk about. There are only 5 to 7 stocks that are on my radar which I can think of taking a long trade into in the coming week. Otherwise, most of these stocks are in a very bad shape. You just name any of these sectors, most of them are into a downtrend now. I think the market is not in a very good shape now. Talking about the major market indices, they've been falling for past 3 months now, and even the particular sectors, if we talk about any of these sectors, they're not performing well. Only there are couple of sectors maybe which we have on our radar, but still, I don't think that we can consider taking trade into them as well, since they will not able to align with the overall market now. Although there are few sectors which seem to be in a very good shape. The one is the IT sector, which is almost near to its all-time high. A lot of shares from the IT sector are performing really well. The other one is the FMCG sector, which seem to be making a base around its support. So I think it can give a bounce from here. But when we talk about the other sector, which are almost 13 15 other sectors, most of them are in the downtrend, and thus most of the stocks that we have in those sectors are in a downtrend. So first we'll have a look at the Nifty, and we'll see how the Nifty is performing, and then we'll look at the stocks which we have tried to shortlist from the list of stocks that we have. So let's straight away jump on to this setup. Yeah. So if you look at the Nifty, this is a weekly chart. Just let's just change it to the daily one first. Yeah. So looking at the overall chart of the Nifty, I think whenever it tried to give a bounce from any particular support, there has been selling pressure into this. No matter how good of a short trade that you can consider taking, you will always find yourself in a very much of a trouble when it comes to taking a short trade, because the market always bounce back with a very good momentum and again traps a lot of sellers. If you're trying to take a long entry also, this is not the right time because the market is not in a very good shape. So I think the particular support line that you have around the 22,750 to 23,000, it is something that we can see being tested at least, and we'll have to see whether it rebounces from that particular point or not. This is almost 5 to 700 points away from the point that we are at. But the problem is that the kind of downfall that we are seeing in the Indian market is not something that we have seen in at least past 4 years post COVID. So not very much sure that whether it can rebound from a particular support line just like that. But there would be a good pressure for sell on rise. So I think we are into a bear cycle now, although not very easy to call it a bear cycle just like that, but if it is, then we are going to see this for at least few months or even years from now. Let's talk about Bank Nifty now. Bank Nifty has broken a major support, and it is a conjunction of multiple support which has been broken now. So I think it is in a very bad shape. We'll have to see either it reverses from this particular point in the next week, which seems to be very difficult. Otherwise, we are going to see a lot of pressure in the financial stocks. So let's see how it goes from here. I'm not looking to short the market from here, because I have my stop loss or my trading style that I have. According to that, the stop loss is very deep, so I think I'll stay away from taking a short trade. I'll better sit on cash, but not taking a short trade. So now let's look at the stocks that we have on our radar, which we can think of taking only long trades from here. The first one is Asian Paints. Although the stock is in a very, I'm in a good downtrend, and most of the stocks that we have on our radar, they are in a very, they are in a downtrend. But again, when we see a good base being created around support, and when you have a good risk to reward ratio, this is the only way you can take a bet into this market. So Asian Paint, as you can see, is in a downtrend, but again, the kind of base that it is creating around the support line, the stop loss is very small, so you can actually consider taking a long trade into this. The next one that we have, Zeal, fundamentally poor, very bad performance in recent times. uh, for past few years it has been falling, and now the stock is at a point where you can take a bet for at least 1 is to 2 or 1 is to 3, because even if it falls further, I'm assuming that it should give a bounce from here. I'm not talking about taking an investment into this, but at least if you consider taking a trade into this for at least a couple of weeks or 3 weeks maybe, there are good chances that you can make 1 is to 3 in this. Next one that we have is Polyplex Corporation. In Polyplex, the stop loss is quite big. If you take a long entry into this, I think your stop loss has to be somewhere around this area. So just put in small money in this and only consider taking trade based on your based on this particular stop loss. So you know take your position size accordingly in this. After that, we have SBI card. So SBI card is looking very decent from here. I think it is hovering around its support for past few months now, and if the stock moves from here, I think it can give a good run from here. It has tried giving breakouts multiple times before, which failed. But again, it takes liquidity from below the support line. So there are good chances that this stock can perform. The next one that we have is Suntech. Suntech, after giving a good run, it is actually retracing back to near its support. So you will have to see the kind of price action it forms around the support line, and only then consider taking a trade into this. The next one is Weber Global, fundamentally poor, but still, if you want to trade in this, then the risk to reward ratio is in your favor, just like the Zeal. So just look at the price action and the risk to reward ratio and take your position size accordingly. The next one that we have is Borosil Renewables. Very good stock fundamentally. The stock has given, I think I should draw this particular as well. So if it is trying to give a breakout in such a market scenario, then such strong stocks have really good potential to go long from here. It has already given a good run since 2020 till 2022. Now again the stock seems to be ready to give a good run from here onwards. So you can consider taking a long entry into this. Just keep your position size a little smaller, because the kind of stop loss which is there in this, and when you especially consider taking a trade from the perspective of investment, your position size should be small and the stop loss should be bigger. So just consider these points in your head before going long in this. Finally, we have West Coast Paper Mills. This stock is taking good liquidity below its support, and it has done it multiple times. Whenever the stock is trying to go up, I think there is a retracement or the market pressure which is there, but it is fighting well against the odds of the market. So I think you can consider this particular stock as well. The stop loss is small. Most of the stocks that I keep on my radar in such a market condition is while considering the stop losses, the risk to reward ratios. So I think taking a long trade into this can make sense only if you see a I mean, if you don't see a straight away falling pressure in the next week, maybe on Monday, then you can consider taking a long entry into this as well, considering your stop losses and the risk to reward ratio. All right, so these are the stocks that we had on our radar, which we can consider taking long trade. If your trading style aligns with mine, then you can consider subscribing to this channel. We can always discuss the stocks that we shortlist, the trades that we take, We can always discuss them on comment box as well. And it'll be great to learn new things with you, and there'll be new kind of learning for me as well along with this. So you can subscribe to this channel. I'll see you in the next week. Thank you. Bye bye.